Office politics can often seem messy and feel like you're dodging the landmines in your career. Often it gets so frustrating to see people moving forward despite the office politics they engage in, while you might be feeling stuck. Well, in this video, I'm going to shed some light on office politics and what you can do to win in an ethical way in that environment. First, make sure that you avoid gossip. Gossip doesn't do anything but hurt you and the other person. I have done this before. I did it one time in an email. I was working at an organization and I said something about somebody in a group that was related to a group in an email, and it got out. And this is like my early 20s. Boy, did I learn my lesson. But when you do that, when you think about communication, you have to treat it like it could be on the front of the Wall Street Journal at any moment. So you want to be very careful about not getting involved in that weird gossipy stuff that might happen inside the office. Let other people do their thing. You lead by example and stay out of that space all around. The second thing I want you to be focusing on, and really at the crux of all things as it relates to self-leadership and leading other people, it is that you build relationships first. You focus on the stability of the relationships you have, trying to give before getting, trying to serve before being served, trying to understand before people understand you. These relationship building ideas and tactics will ensure that the office politics that's happening around you, you again will rise above it. You will keep your relationships intact, and that will help you continue to move and journey on your way in your career. What often happens is we get so involved in this other stuff that's happening between the gossip and being derailed and not focusing on relationships, but figuring out how we protect ourselves, that then it stalls everything. And we end up just being very frustrated. You can make sure that you can build alliances within the culture, but you can do that without demeaning or talking in a bad way about other people. That relationship building is going to be key. So how do you lean in to give more? How do you lean in to serve more? Here's what I would tell you. Focus on the beginning of your relationships when you're going in, even if you're in a new work environment or you're meeting new people in an environment, to always be figuring out how you can serve them first. What are the things that they have on their radar that they see as success? What are the goals that they have? And how can you help them meet those things? When you do that first, all the other things come from that. I have a good example of this that happened with my son just recently. He took part in this event. It's called Boys State, and it's a week camp where high school rising seniors, boys, they also have a girls' state too, where they get together and they elect people for different state offices, some federal offices. They put forward resolutions. They argue for the different bills and resolutions they have. They create cities and build cities. It's a really cool idea. And when he went in, he noticed that everybody was just kind of trying to go at it to get what they wanted. They were all trying to go at it to get elected. They were going at it to get. And he said, Mom, I'm a little put off by that. What should I do? And I said, well, to be honest, go with your gut. Be who you are. And so he chose to be the person that he is, which is someone who says, I want to lead by understanding the other people. I want to lead by listening to what the other people need. I want to figure out what is their kind of bright spot and help them get elevated into positions that maybe they didn't even know they were supposed to go out for, but then get them elected to do that. I want them to know I want to build the best city ever, and I want to build it with all of them. And you know what? The position that he wanted when he first started, he ended up getting elected for that position not because he talked about it, not because he went in to get. He was going in to serve, to give. And then it allowed everything else to flow from there. So he ended up taking one of the top spots and getting elected to go and represent, just one of two boys to do it, to represent all of the boys' state in Washington, D.C. here in a couple weeks. So that is a great example and something that we should learn for ourselves as we think about the workplace. How can I serve, give? Because I know when I do that, everything's going to flow from that. So this is going to be one way to kind of bypass office politics and lean first into relationships. This is a very hard thing. And I think that when we think about office politics, we think like who's going to be on whose team and who's going to like me best. And I would tell you this, that your manager and anybody that's senior to your manager, when we think about how to lead ethically, how to win in an environment like this, it is going to be that the proof is in the pudding. You have to go ahead after you serve, you got to go in and you got to act. You got to show them through your actions, through your behaviors, that you are somebody who deserves to be in that role. You are someone who deserves to have certain opportunities given to you. You are someone who deserves to be promoted in your role. So you have to kind of put the best positive foot forward, not worrying about what's happening all around you, and just being the best possible leader and person that you can be. Even if you're not trying to be in a role that manages other people, maybe you want to have certain projects, certain opportunities. You still have the ability to do that if you avoid that yucky stuff that happens when people gossip. If you focus and lean in hard and heavy on relationships and giving and serving first. And if you say to yourself, if I just am who I am and I lean into showing through results and success that I can do the job I'm setting out to do, then all of it will come together. And that will be how you can win, with or without the initial favor of other people. I hope you enjoy this. Don't forget to subscribe so you can get more on this series of how we can lead well, lead ourselves, and lead others well. Take care. Be well.